Greetings, Grandfather. Do you all know how very sensitive you are to energy radiations from other people? I don't think that's always very obvious to you. But if you ever want to see the evidence of it, take a look sometime when a well-intentioned parent, mother, father, sometimes even a brother or sister, will, with the best of intentions, hand a baby over to another relative or friend just for a moment while they do this or that. If the baby immediately starts crying, it is always assumed that it's separation from the person that they loved who was holding them. And of course, that's part of it. But it's also because the person they're being handed to might very well be nervous at being handed a baby, especially if this is not something normal for them. Maybe they don't normally have babies in their life, or who knows what. They could be nervous about 100 different things. So, the baby isn't responding with tears because the person they're being handed to is a bad person, but rather because they're nervous or upset about something, and they're radiating that energy, because whatever you feel at any time, you radiate that energy. And I'll bet some of you don't know this. Even if you're, quote, controlling your feelings and not showing them through your eyes, and many people practice these things for various reasons, you will still be having those feelings at the deep level, and you will be radiating them. For those who are very sensitive, and babies, all babies are very sensitive, or adults might also be very sensitive, especially these days. They will pick up on that. So I'm not trying to give parents a hard time. I'm not trying to give relatives or friends a hard time, but rather I'm using that as an example to remind you how very sensitive you all are now, especially when you're coming into more conscious uses of your creative abilities. So, just remember now that when you feel sensitive and react perhaps more than you would have expected to something someone says or does, this tells you not only that you need to be more careful in who you expose yourself to when you can, and here's the good part, it tells you that you're highly creative and sensitive in that moment and maybe on an ongoing basis. So it might be a really good time to start that project or improve that project that needs creativity. Just letting you know, because you will experience much greater levels of creativity and creation energy these days, and you might just be able to do something benevolent with it, unusual and exciting perhaps, though excitement is not always the best energy. Or you might just be able to create something that will be particularly valuable and even long-lasting, and be remembered for it, or at least appreciated for it. Just thought you'd like to know, because this kind of situation is happening now more than ever. Good life.